Hi there. So it is extremely humid outside today. It rained a little bit ago this afternoon, and I was out for a little walk to clear my head on what we call our farm. Just thought I'd get outside a little bit. My oldest daughter is in the process of becoming engaged, and my future son-in-law has texted me talking about getting together for lunch tomorrow, so I know that's going to be the main topic of conversation. I did a YouTube search a couple of weeks ago, knowing this was coming up, about what to talk about with your future son-in-law, and didn't really yield a whole lot of results. Nothing that was super fruitful or seemed to fit the mode. So on my own, I've been praying about it and asking some other men in my life counsel. Came up with three, maybe I guess a bonus thing, maybe four things. One is that what I'm going to visit with him about is that this is kind of a package deal. He's going to get everybody. So yes, mostly it's going to be a relationship with he and my daughter, his future wife, but he also gets all of us as a package. And so, all her siblings, myself, my wife, it's kind of like a, all together sort of thing. And that's something that I didn't, take as seriously or realize as much, that I would have as much interaction with my in-laws as I do. But I plan on being pretty involved in our grandkids' lives. So hopefully someday there'll be a fruitful marriage and we'll have grandbabies. And not just when they're young, but, from here forward. So even 20, 30 years from now, this is all together sort of thing. Two, the next thing I was going to mention to him is this is going to be difficult. All human relationships at some point have their times, and so I just want to say this is not just the fairy tale and the rainbows and all that sort of thing. So that's a whole different video, I guess, all to itself. But and then I wanted him to have three different people in his life that I want him to talk to and contact when he does have those difficulties and those bad times with that. I don't feel like I was prepared enough for that, or at least wasn't told that often enough maybe in the beginning of mine and his future mother-in-law's relationship. So I want him to talk to his dad. I'd love for him to be able to come to me, and that's something I want him to realize and know. And then I also want him to pick one other person that's more of a contemporary of his, so somebody that's closer to his age, so that he will have somebody on into his 50s and 60s to talk to, because his dad and I are not going to be here forever. One of those things talking about this fathership or fatherhood sort of thing leads me to think about replacing myself as opposed to just raising the next generation or raising kids. So that's kind of that. And then the fourth kind of bonus thing, I guess, is that, I got some really good advice one time from a friend of mine from church. Obviously, you can hear the advice, but, when you're feeling kind of down and frustrated or irritated with somebody else, your spouse, that, you have to remember that Jesus sacrificed for you, and that sometimes oftentimes you have to sacrifice for them. And that's going to be a daily thing. So anyhow, that's kind of my thoughts or gatherings on it. I wanted to record it and post this just mostly for my family. One of my greatest treasures that I have is I have some tape recordings, actually. My grandfather sat down with a cassette tape before he passed and kind of filmed or recorded himself talking and that, and so I've kind of challenged myself to do the same thing, is just to have some advice, and if it helps somebody else out, great. And if anything else, my family, my kids and these grandkids that we don't even have yet, may be able to listen to this and just kind of know where my heart was at on this day, several years into the future. So that's really what I've got today. God bless, and hope everybody is well.